The NBA Finals is finally here, and what an unbelievable matchup we have. It is the number 1 seed Denver Nuggets who stormed through the Western Conference, going up against the number 8th seed Miami Heat, who are underdogs for the majority of this postseason in the Eastern Conference. Now, both teams are looking to make history. Starting off with the Denver Nuggets, they're being led by, in my opinion, the best player in these playoffs by far, Nikola Jokic. He's a 2-time MVP that could have been argued as a 3-time MVP, and he's making his case for that 3rd time in these postseason. He's averaging a triple-double. He broke Wilt's record for most triple-doubles by a center, broke his record for most triple-doubles in a playoff series, and has just been phenomenal for this Nuggets unit. If he's not scoring, which most of the time he is, he's facilitating, playmaking, and then add on to the fact that he can rebound at a high level as well. He's just been a dominant figure in these playoffs, and nobody has been able to stop him. Not the Suns, not AD and the Lakers, nobody. He's followed by his running mate, Jamal Murray, his partner. And Murray has been consistent. He's been an elite scorer for them, and he's been efficient for them. The fact that he was able to average 32 against the Lakers while shooting 50, 40, 90, that's one of the best numbers I've ever seen by anybody. He's been an elite scorer. He's been able to take over games. He's been a closer for them. And they're going to need him again in these finals. Now, they got some role players. They're going to need to step up as well. Just like they did against the Lakers, they're going to need to do it again. Tavius Caldwell-Pope, Aaron Gordon, who was phenomenal against the Lakers. Bruce Brown and Christian Brown coming off the bench. I think these role players are very key in the NBA Finals, especially when you have the Heat team that's going to zone in on these star players, and their defense is excellent. So the other guys really going to need to step up. Michael Porter Jr., the 3rd guy for the Denver Nuggets. He's been having himself a great postseason as well. He's been efficient. He's been shot creating. He's been great fast break buckets, finishing, 3-point shooting, and he's been passing too. So this is unselfish play. So Michael Porter Jr. is going to need to keep that mindset and keep that same level of play going into these finals. What surprised me about the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals were their defense. You know, they were the number 1 offensive team in the postseason, and they were going against the number 1 defensive team in the Lakers. But they were actually really good defensively. You know, so I think it's going to come into play a huge part in these finals going up against Jimmy Butler and this Miami Heat team. And Mike Malone, he deserves a lot of credit. I believe he's becoming an underrated coach, and not a lot of people talk about him. Not more people talk about him now, and they should continue. Because the way he's been able to lead this unit and get everybody honed in and get everybody playing for one another has been spectacular. He deserves a lot of credit. Now, speaking of deserving credit and speaking of head coaches, from Mike Malone to Erik Spoelstra of the Miami Heat. Erik Spoelstra, in my opinion, is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's top 10. He's done a phenomenal job with this Heat team. The way he's evolved from people saying like he was a fill-in coach for the big 3 with Bron, Wade, Bosh in the early 2010s to now, how he can elevate younger talent, elevate undrafted guys, elevate role players, and get this group just playing at a high level defensively with his defense strategy. Offensively, he deserves so much credit for this Miami Heat team and getting them to where they are right now. And speaking of this Heat team, let's go in depth about this Heat team. Jimmy Butler. If it wasn't for Nikola Jokic, Jimmy Butler would be the best player in these playoffs. He's had an unbelievable run. He's been clutch. He's been their closer. He's been a shot creator for them. He's been aggressive, attacking. He's been a great defender for them. He's been an excellent facilitator and playmaker for them. And he's just, one of the best leaders in basketball. The way he could lead this unit and have everybody believing in themselves. They were an 8th seed. And that's credit to him and Erik Spoelstra and his Miami Heat culture. But they were the 8th seed, and the way they have been able to get this far, only the 2nd 8th seed ever in NBA history to make the NBA Finals. I mean, that's an accomplishment by itself. But they want rings. They want a championship. To do that, Jimmy can't do it alone. And they got this far because Jimmy hasn't done it alone. In the first round against the Bucks, he took over. But in the round since, he doesn't have to take over because other guys have really stepped up. I mean, he took over in 4th quarters against the Celtics. But for majority of the game, Caleb Martin, he was unbelievable against the Celtics. He could have been argued as the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, but they gave it to Jimmy but he's been super consistent. He's been efficient. He's been a shot creator for them. He's taken the load off of Jimmy Butler, and he's been clutch for them too, hitting some big shots down the stretch. Now, the other guys, the other shooters in Miami as well, Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson. I know he missed those 2 threes in Game 6, but Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, they played excellent too. Kyle Lowry, his defensive prowess, his veteran leadership, he's been a big-time player for this Miami Heat team. I think Kevin Love, they should play Kevin Love in these finals. They didn't play him in the final 4 games against the Celtics, but I think he does need to play because you see that he has this veteran mentality. He's a 3-point shooter. He's good on outlets and rebounding. So I think he's going to be big time for this Heat team. They just need to play him. Now, my problem with the Heat stems from one person, and that's Bam Adebayo. Bam has been so inconsistent, it annoys the hell out of me. The Celtics series, his first 3 games, he played excellent. And then the next 4 games, I don't know what happened to him. He's great at rebounding. He's a great defender as well. But you need that offensive. He's an all-star. He's the second best player on the team. You're going to need that offensive capability from him. When Bam is playing well, everything else flourishes around because that means that they have to protect the paint. That means they have to come and help. When you come and help, at least shooters wide open. And Miami, like I just said, has shooters, has guys to knock down the 3. So if Bam plays well, that really increases their chances of winning. But I don't think he's going to be consistent. I think the Miami Heat have a tough task against this Nuggets team. I know the Heat play excellent zone defense, but I think that Jokic is going to break that down. Jokic is an unbelievable passer and playmaker. He sees things that I don't imagine that I can see. He's just phenomenal. I think he's going to break that down. The second star of the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, he's going to step up big time, and he's going to be a problem against this Heat team. And the Nuggets offense is just too good. Come on. They got shooting. They got scoring inside. They got shot creators all around. People that can step up. Excellent role players. Great chemistry. The chemistry and role player department are very similar between the Nuggets and the Heat. But add that in with the Nuggets along with their top 2 guys, their stars, Jokic and Murray. It'll be a tough task for the Miami Heat to beat them. And for that reason, I got the Nuggets in 6. They have just been dominating in these postseasons. The way they finished off the Suns, the way they swept the Lakers, improved defensive play, the number 1 offense in the postseason, a 2-time league MVP and the best player in these playoffs in Jokic. Murray, who's top 5 in these playoffs as well because he's been playing incredibly. The role players, the chemistry, the coaching, even though Miami, I think they can match up pretty well. They got the number 1 defense. They have the coach. They have chemistry. They have role players. I think the edge does go to the Nuggets. So I got the Nuggets in 6. It should be a fun NBA Finals. Tell me in the comments what's your predictions. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe.